What is pressure cell? The pressure area are rather distinctly found as a series of pressure cell or concentric center and are known as pressure cell. What do you mean by shifting or pressure belt? The rotation of the earth, angle of incidence of solar rays, presence of land surface or water surface, altitude and the seasonal drift of the sun toward the north and toward the south causes the pressure belt to shift by 5 degree to 10 degree northward and southward respectively. This temporary movement of the pressure belt make them move for about 5 degree to 10 degree from their average position. This phenomenon is known as shifting of pressure belt. What do you mean by winds? Wind is air in motion. The horizontal movement of air from one place to another on the surface of the earth is known as wind. The direction of the wind can be observed by an instrument called wind vane. The instrument which is used to observe the wind direction is known as weathercock. The velocity or the speed of the wind is measured by an instrument known as anemometer. Next question is, wind change their direction while blowing. Why? Wind do not blow in a straight line. They change their direction while blowing. This is due to the rotational movement of the earth. The rotation of the earth result in a force called, this force is called the Coriolis force. Now Farrell's law. By the Coriolis force in the northern hemisphere, the wind deflects to the right, while in the southern hemisphere they deflect to the left. This rule is known as Farrell's law. The deflection of is the least on the equator, but it goes on increasing toward the poles. What is Beaufort scale? Beaufort scale is a scale designed by Sir Francis Beaufort to measure the energy of wind. It is marked from 0 to 12. 0 refers to a calm state of the wind and 12 refers to a highly destructive and ferocious tornado. The different causes of the wind movements are number one, difference in temperature. If a place gets heated, the air lying above it also gets heated and lighten and rises up, creating a partial vacuum. Thus, air rushes from adjacent cooler air to fill up the vacuum. And number two, difference in pressure. Difference in temperature between two places causes difference in pressure. Thus, wind blow from high pressure to low pressure region. Rotation of the earth. While blowing from high pressure to low pressure region, wind gets deflect due to the rotation of the earth's nature of landform. High mountain areas or plateaus provide obstruction to the winds to flow. Hence, speed is less, but vacant and flat places like desert, plains, etc. experience very high speed winds. Next, point number 5 is presence of land or water surface. Wind blowing over land surface experiences more friction than wind blowing over water surface. Hence, wind blowing over land have less speed than wind blowing over water. Next point is type of winds or classification of winds. There are different type of winds. They are planetary winds, periodical winds, local winds, and the sudden or irregular winds. The planetary winds are three types: trade winds, westerly winds, and polar winds. Now, trade winds are also two parts: northeast trade, southeast trade, and westerly are southwest westerlies and northwest westerly. Periodical wind, land breeze, sea breeze, mountain breeze, valley breeze, and monsoon. And local winds are two types: warm winds and cold winds. The Lu, Adhi, Chinook, Fon, Foen, Sirocco is the type of warm winds, and Mistral and Bora is the types of cold winds. Sudden and irregular winds. Sudden and irregular winds are cyclone, anticyclone, and tropical cyclones. We know the planetary winds are three types: trade wind, polar wind, and westerly winds. Now, trade wind. The trade wind has some characteristics. Number one, winds that blow from the subtropical high pressure belt to the equatorial low pressure belt. Number two, according to Farrell's law, due to Coriolis force causes by the earth rotation, deflect to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. Number three, the winds are called northeast trade winds in the northern hemisphere and the southeast trade wind in the southern hemisphere. They blow from east toward the west. Number four, velocity of northeast trade wind is around 16 km per hour and that of southeast trade wind is 22 km per hour. Number five, it causes rainfall in the eastern side of the continents and causing uniform rainfall in the equatorial region throughout the year. Number six, it blows from Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn towards the equator. Now the wind of westerly. The characteristics of westerly winds are: number one, it blows from Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle and Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle. Number two, the wind blows from the subtropical high pressure belt to the subpolar low pressure belt. Number three, as direction of the westerlies is opposite to the trade wind, they are also called the anti-trade wind, blow from the west towards the east. In northern hemisphere, number four, in northern hemisphere they blow from southwest and in the southern hemisphere they blow from northwest. Number four, it causes rainfall on the western side of the continents and causes more rainfall in the winter compared to the summer. Number six, wind speed is low in northern hemisphere due to the land masses. Wind speed is high in southern hemisphere due to the ocean. Next point, in southern hemisphere between 40 degree and 60 degrees south, the westerly blow from great strength with constancy and are characterized by gale, stormy weather and overcast sky. In 40 degree south they are called roaring 40s. In 50 degrees south they are called furious 40s, and in 60 degree they are called screaming 60s. Now polar winds. The characteristics of polar winds are: number one, these winds blow from area of high pressure around the pole toward the temperate region. Number two, in northern hemisphere they blow in the general from northeast, and in the southern hemisphere from southeast. Number three, these winds are extremely cold due to its influence place near the pole, experience snowstorm and blizzard in winter. Now discuss on the periodical wind. What do you mean by periodical winds? The winds which occur in some particular period due to unequal heating of land and water are known as periodical wind. You know what is the part of the periodical winds are sea breeze, land breeze, monsoon, mountain breeze and valley breeze. What is sea breeze? During the day, the land gets warmer than the sea. Hence, air pressure is low over the land than the sea. Air tends to flow from sea to land, as called sea breeze. Now, land breeze. During the night, the land cools quickly than the sea. Hence, air pressure is higher over the land than the sea. Air tends to flow from land to sea as land breeze. Monsoon. The word monsoon is derived from the Arabic word mousim, means season. It is a seasonal wind. The monsoon wind is in fact a greater modification of sea breeze during the summer and land breeze during the winter. It is characterized by hot and wet summer and dry and pleasantly cool winter. During the summer, the land gets warmer than the sea. Hence, air pressure is lower over the land than the sea. Air blows from sea to land as summer monsoon. It brings plenty of moisture and rain. During the winter, the land cools more quickly than the sea. Hence, air pressure is lower over the sea than the land. Wind blows from land to sea as winter monsoon. It is blow from land to sea, it gives no rain. But where it is crosses the sea, it picks up moisture and offers rain. As an example, Tamil Nadu coast in India get more rain. Now, mountain breeze. Mountain tops are usually cooler than the valley bottom, but during the day, the hill slopes get instantly heated and valley bottom does not heat up so much. So, high pressure exists in the valley and low pressure prevail on the mountain top. Air from valley bottom rises along the slope towards the higher parts. This mountain breeze, actually valley breeze, is known as the anabatic wind. In the daytime, it's called anabatic wind, and the night time is a katabatic wind. We also discussed these two types of wind previously. Valley breeze. At night, the mountain slope cool down by radiating heat faster than the valley bottom. So high pressure remains there. Cool and heavy wind move down the slope and settle on the valley bottom. This descending wind or valley breeze, actually mountain breeze, is known the katabatic winds. We also discussed about this in the previous. So the mountain breeze is also called the anabatic wind and the valley breeze is called the katabatic wind. Local wind. Local winds are two types: warm wind and cold wind. Warm winds are Fohn, Lu, Adhi, Sirikko, Chinook. So now discuss the warm wind foehn. Foehn is a warm and dry wind that descend along the leeward slope, means northern slope of the Alps and blow through the Rhine valley. It causes snow to melt when the temperature rises suddenly by 15 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade in 24 hours. It also causes forest fire. Chinook. Next, Chinook. It is a warm and dry wind which descend along the eastern slope, leeward side of the Rocky Mountain in USA and Canada in winter. This wind causes the foothill region to be free from ice and snow. Chinook means snow eastern. Next, Sirocco. It is a hot, dry and dusty wind. This wind originated in the interior of Sahara Desert and blow towards the Mediterranean Sea. When this wind blows, the northern coast of Africa gets covered with dust. It is called Khamsin in Egypt, Levese in Spain. Lu. Lu is the very common name in India. It is a hot and dry wind. It usually blows in summer afternoon in the northern plains of India during May and June. Now, next point is cold wind. Mistral. It is a cold wind that blows down the Rhone Valley in violent gusts between 40 to 80 miles per hour. In winter, the temperature of the wind falls below freezing point. Bora. It is a cold and dry northeasterly wind that blows along the Adriatic coast at a violent speed of over 100 miles per hour. Next point is irregular, sudden or irregular winds. There are we discuss three types of winds: cyclones and anticyclone and tropical cyclones. The difference between cyclones and anticyclones are: first one, pressure system. In case of cyclone, has low pressure in its center and high pressure has surrounded on all. In anticyclone has high pressure in its center and low pressure has around all. Direction of blow. In northern hemisphere, cyclone is blow anti-clockwise, and southern hemisphere it blows clockwise. And in case of anticyclone, in northern hemisphere it blows clockwise, and southern hemisphere it blows anti-clockwise. Next point, nature of winds. Cyclone winds is warm and ascending. Anticyclone wind is cold and descending. Type of wind. Cyclone have converging system of wind which tends to blow towards the center. Anticyclone have diverging system of winds radiating out from the center. Weather. Cyclone are cloudy with heavy rain, thunder and lightning. And anticyclone are calm, sunny and clean weather. Now, tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone is a rapidly rotating storm system characterized by a low pressure center. It extremely low pressure center of the cyclone is called the eye of the cyclone. Strong wind that is speed exceeding 90 km to 150 km per hour blows spirally towards the low pressure center. It has converging system of the wind. The cyclone is usually associated with heavy rain, thunder and lightning. They form over relatively large bodies of warm water in tropical region. They are typically 100 to 4,000 km in diameter. The wind blow counterclockwise in northern hemisphere and clockwise in southern hemisphere. They become weak over land, but they are destructive in nature. Some destructive tropical cyclones are tornado of Mississippi Basin, typhoon in North Pacific, cyclone in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, hurricane in West Indies, Willy Willies in Australia. Next point is jet stream. The characteristics of jet stream. Number one characteristic of jet stream. The circulation is observed between poles and 20-degree latitude in both the hemisphere. The circulation of jet stream is from west to east in a narrow belt. Number 3, the path they take in wavy and meandering. Number 4, during winter they have more velocity, about twice that the summer. Maximum velocity is 480 km per hour. Number 5, the jet stream become narrow in summer due to the northward shifting. There are 5 types of jet stream. Polar front jet stream, which is in 40-degree to 60-degree latitude. Subpolar westerly jet stream, 30-degree to 35-degree latitudes, in upper troposphere. Number C, tropical easterly jet stream in upper troposphere. Then the polar high jet stream or stratospheric subpolar jet stream. And the last is the local jet stream formed due to the local thermal condition. Now, what is the relation between the monsoon and the jet stream? The influence of jet stream on the region and the development of India monsoon is discussed below. In winter, the 2 branches of upper air westerly jet stream are located to the south of the Himalayas and north of the Tibetan Plateau. These winds tend to descend over northwest part of the India, resulting in stable and dry condition. In summer, the tropical upper air easterly jet stream descend into the permanent high pressure area over southern Indian Ocean. It is from this region, from this high pressure cell, that the onshore winds blow towards the thermally induced low pressure area in the northern part of the India. After crossing the equator, they blow as a southwest summer monsoon. They bring heavy rainfall all over the India, so the jet stream become the main causative factor for the determining the vigorous of summer monsoon. In spite of high temperature and evaporation, the month of April and May generally remain rainless because the jet stream. The wind coming from south of Myanmar and force to ascend and incorporates rainfall because of the upper air easterly jet stream. Next point is humidity and precipitation. Humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor present in the air. Absolute humidity, total amount of water vapor present in the air at the particular temperature, is called absolute humidity. It expressed as a gram per cubic meter of air. Absolute humidity change if the water vapor is added to or subtracted from air mass. Number 2, as air mass expand or contract, absolute humidity is affected by changes in pressure. specific humidity. It is the mass of water vapor in grams contained in a kilogram or air mass. It remains constant and it is not affected by change in the volume or parcel of air. Now, relative humidity. Relative humidity is a ratio between the actual amount of water vapor present in the air at a temperature and the maximum amount of water vapor which the same volume of air can hold at the given temperature. Now, this is the relative humidity. We write like relative humidity is equal to actual amount of water vapor present in the air at a particular temperature by maximum amount of water vapor the air can hold at the temperature into 100. Therefore, we write relative humidity is equal to absolute humidity. Actual amount of water vapor present in the air at a particular temperature is a definition of absolute humidity. So we can write here the absolute humidity, and maximum amount of water vapor of the air can hold at the particular temperature is called the humidity capacity. Now we write this humidity capacity. So absolute humidity divided by humidity capacity into 100 is the relative humidity. Now saturated air. When a volume of air at a given temperature hold the maximum amount of water vapor, the air is said to be a saturated. Saturation of air depends on its temperature. If temperature increase, the air can hold more water vapor, but if it is decreased, the moisture holding capacity of air also decrease. Measurement of humidity. Relative humidity is measured by the instrument called dry and wet bulb thermometer or hygrometer. Now, precipitation. Now, precipitation. Different form of precipitation are rainfall, drizzle, snowfall, hail and sleet. The type of rainfalls. On the basis of formation and process of cooling of air, the rainfalls are classified into the following main types: convectional rainfall, orographic rainfall, frontal rainfall or cyclonic rainfall. Convectional rainfall. Rainfall which is caused due to convectional current in the atmosphere is called the convectional rainfall. Mechanism of the convectional rainfall. Excessive heating causes too much evaporation. Thus air is filled with water vapor. This heated the light air rise upward until temperature reduces and reaches its dew point. The water vapor then condense and form cumulus clouds. They further develop into a cumulonimbus clouds and about 11 km height. These clouds are very heavy and bring about rainfall, unusually accompanied by thunder and lightning. These are called the thunder shower. Convectional rainfall is most common in the equatorial region, where it occurs almost daily in the afternoon around 4 o'clock. Hence, they are also called the 4 o'clock rainfall. In Indonesia, Singapore and India in autumn has 4 phase convectional rainfall. Orographic or relief rainfall. When the moisture-laden wind blows from sea straight against mountains, the humid wind rises up along the windward slope. As they rise, they cool down and bring heavy rainfall to the windward slope. Such a rain by uprising wind striking against mountains is called orographic or relief rainfall. As for example, rainfall occurring in the southern slope of the Himalayas is the example of the relief rainfall. Now, another question is arise. What is rain shadow area? In mountainous area, the laden clouds hit the windward slope and shed the rain over these there. The opposite or leeward slope of the mountain does not receive much or any rainfall. This drier slope of the mountain is called the rain shadow area. Now, cyclonic or frontal rainfall. The rainfall associated with the passage of a cyclone or depression is known as cyclonic rainfall. It is formed where a warm air mass overrides a cold air alone in front. When the warm air and cold air masses move toward each other, the warm air being lighter ascend over the cold air along the front. This leads to cooling the air, condensation and rainfall. Cyclonic rainfall occurring in the tropical region is heavy and intense. Rainfall associated with the temperate cyclone is much lighter and less intense. The cyclonic or frontal rainfall are two types: tropical region cyclonic rainfall or subtropical region cyclonic rainfall. These are the pictures of convectional rainfall, relief rainfall and frontal rainfall. What is isoheight? An isoheight is an imaginary line drawn on a map joining place receiving the same amount of rainfall in a given period, such as a month or a season or a year. Now we discuss on the topic of major climatic region of the world. First, what is climate? Climate is an aggregate of atmospheric condition over a wide area for a long period of time, at least 35 years. What is climatic region? A climatic region is an area on the Earth's surface throughout which there are similarities in conditions of relief, climates, natural vegetation, flora, fauna and human activities. As for example, the Mediterranean type of the climates which prevails on the Mediterranean coast of Europe is also found in some other parts of the world, such as in California in North America, in the central Chile in the South America, in Southwest Africa and in southeast and southwest coast of Australia. All these single regions together form a single climate zone known as the Mediterranean climatic zone. From temperature rainfall graphs, we identify the three factors. Number one, the annual temperature of this region, the situation of this region in a hemisphere, and the rainfall, the amount of rainfall of this region, and then we conclude that climatic type of this region. Here is a, for the define the hemisphere, situation in the hemisphere, there is a 3 points are there, 3 points are here. One, if the temperature graph of in a rain temperature rainfall graphs is a straight line, so the this place is in situation in the region of any hemisphere, either northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. If the middle part of the temperature rain graph is downward, then the region is the southern hemisphere. And if the temperature graph, middle of the temperature graph is a upward or upwards, so the region is in the lies in the northern hemisphere. There is some question or arise from the graph. Now, how I identify the wet equatorial climate from the rainfall graphs? So, some characteristics are here or factors are here to identify this graph or equatorial wet equatorial climates. Number one, average annual temperature remains about same, hence this region is very hot all around the year. Number two, throughout the year continuous rainfall occurs in this region. In this temperature rainfall graph, the temperature graph is straight line, so this region is straight situated in any hemisphere, either it is northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. Tropical climates. How can I identify? The tropical monsoon climate can be identified with the help of the graph. Following factors are: in this temperature graph, the middle part is upward, so this region is situated in the northern hemisphere. Average temperature, annual temperature is between 20 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade. In summer, heavy rainfall occurs, and in winter, lowest rainfall occurs. Tropical hot desert climate. The tropical hot desert climate can be identified with the help of the graph. Following factors are: from the temperature graph, the middle part of the graph is upward, so the region is the northern hemisphere. Number two, the average temperature is high throughout the year in summer and the hotter than winter. Number three, lowest rainfalls occurs in this region. Mediterranean climates. The tropical Mediterranean climates can be identified with the help of three factors. Number one, from the temperature graph, the middle part of the graph is downward, so the region lies in the southern hemisphere. The annual range of the temperature is near about 11 degrees centigrade. Temperature graph indicates moderate climates. Temperature rises up in the month of the November to February indicate the summer season, and the low temperature from April to July shows the winter season. High amount of rainfall is recorded in winter season while the summer is almost dry. Now tundra climates. Tundra climates also identified by the following of these factors. Temperature graph reveals extremely cold condition with very low temperature throughout the year. The temperature is between 5 degree centigrade to minus 70 degrees centigrade. Number two, in such a cold condition, snowfall can only occur in this negligible amount. The temperature graph is upward, so this region lies on the northern hemisphere. According to World Climatic Region or seasonal temperature, air pressure, rainfall, natural vegetation and human activities. World climate zone are divided into equatorial zone, hot zone or tropical zone, warm temperate zone, cool temperate zone, alpine zone or cold zone or tundra zone. Now, equatorial zone. It is lies under 0 to 10 degree north and 0 to 10 degree south. They are hot, wet, equatorial climates. The characteristics are or factors are average annual temperature 25 degree centigrade to 27 degree centigrade in summer season, prevails all the year. The summer season prevails all the year. Low pressure and weak variable winds are present here. Rainfall occurs all the year. Number 4, equatorial rainforest grows here. And human activities are food gathering, hunting, rubber and cocoa cultivation. Hot zone. Hot zone or tropical zone, it is lies on the 10 degree to 30 degree north and south. There are some division: tropical monsoon, tropical marine, southern type and desert. There are also 2 division: Sahara and mid latitude. The characteristics or factors are: in summer annual temperature is in 27 to 32 degree centigrade. In winter annual temperature is in 10 degree centigrade to 22 degree centigrade. In summer, southwest monsoon wind and winter northeast monsoon wind flows. In summer, heavy rainfall occur. Monsoon forest, savannas, desert vegetation and scrubs grows here. Human activities are rice, sugarcane, jutes, cotton, heavy crops cultivated here. Warm temperate zone. It is lies in 30 degree to 45 degree north and south. There is a type: Mediterranean, central continental and eastern margin. Eastern margin are 3 types: chin type, Gulf type and natal type. The factors are: summer annual average temperature is 21 degree centigrade to 25 degree centigrade, and winter the annual average temperature is 10 degree centigrade. Trade wind in summer and wet westerly in winter. Flow in winter. Rain in winter, heavy rain in summer. Mediterranean forests, steppes, temperate grassland, warm wet forest and bamboo grass are grows. Human activity: tourism, orchids farming, wheat, paddy, sugarcane, maize cultivates here. Cool temperate zone: 45 degree to 65 degree north and south. It lies in this latitude. T type: eastern margin, western margin and central continental. Summer annual average temperature is 17 degree to 30 degree centigrade. In winter average temperature is 10 degree centigrade and sometimes low. Heavy rainfall in the winters. Deciduous forest and coniferous forests are grown here. Mixed farming, agriculture production is the human activity. Next, tundra. It is lies in 65 degree to 90 degree north and south. The division is polar or Arctic. Very cold throughout the year. Average temperature is 20 degree to minus 80 degree centigrade. High pressure belt, polar westerly wind flow. Very light summer rain. Mosses, lichens, tundra grows here. The human activities are food gathering, hunting and fishing. Alpine zone, mountain climates. Variable temperature, low pressure, heavy rainfall, alpine forest and are found here. Orchard and the pastoral farming is the human activity.